Hi, I'm Anton Swanepoel, and today we'll be exploring the Willem Prinsloo Agricultural Museum. But before we do that, if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. The museum is about 30 kilometers or half an hour's drive from Pretoria. It is on the Farm Kaalfontein and displays the progress and history of agriculture in South Africa from the Stone Age until 1945. The museum currently has 56 coaches, 41 tractors, 3 bulldozers and 21 balers, some of them dating back to 1880. There are 2 farmhouses, one dating back to 1880 and one to 1930. The farm grounds has braai and picnic facilities. There's also Ndebele Homestead, that showcases the architecture that was used from 1900 to 1940. So let's go and check it out. The museum is close to Pretoria and can be done with a visit to the Sammy Mark's house. If you're on your way to see the Cullinan mines, you're passing by the museum and can pop in for an hour or two. The Farm Kaalfontein that the museum is on was in the Prinsloo family from 1889 when Willem Pretorius Prinsloo bought the farm. There are a number of family photos in the hallways and other parts of the house. There are 3 venues being held each year at the museum grounds, being the Mampoer or Moonshine Festival, Prickly Pear Festival and the Agricultural Museum Show. Various demonstrations including candle making, cow milking, roasting of coffee beans and the baking of bread can be seen by prior booking. The museum distills and sells its own Mampoer or moonshine as well as liqueurs. Mrs. Myrthe Leroux, originally Prinsloo, donated 16 hectares of the Kaalfontein farm to the National Cultural History Museum in 1976. In 1988, the remainder of the farm was purchased and the house was fully furnished with antiques from the 1920s. The coaches on display were made between 1880 and 1938. This double harness coach was used as a mourning coach by W. Rogers and Sons undertakers, as well as occasionally by President Paul Kruger. This double harness stand-up coach was used between 1917 and 1937 by the Italian consul in the Cape. The first model was built by Lord Stanhope in 1830. This is one of 7 coaches that was specifically built for the 300th commemoration of Jan van Riebeeck's landing in the Cape. This coach departed then Messina or Northern Cape on 11 January 1952 and arrived at the parade in Cape Town on 31 March. This is a special type twyfelaar or spider coach. It is relatively heavy and was drawn by 4 horses. It was manufactured by the Studebaker Corporation, USA. This ox wagon was built in 1848 and painted in 1884. This wheat threshing machine was manufactured in 1922. This home-built tractor was put together from various parts by Mr. Cantonese. It features an Oliver gearbox and a Leyland Big 6 bus engine. The tractor on the far left is a steam tractor. It was donated to the museum by Mr. Gert J. Botha of Beestekraal, Tarkastad. This is a 1951 Lance Bulldog tractor. It is a single-cylinder diesel engine. The ignition chamber had to be heated with a paraffin blowtorch in order to generate enough heat to start the engine. The steering wheel was used as a crank handle to turn the engine over for starting. This is the 20,000 Ferguson tractor. It is a model TE20 tractor designed by Harry Ferguson. It was manufactured from 1946 to 1956 and was his most successful tractor. The tractor was commonly known as the Little Grey Fergie. In many parts of the world, the TE20 was the first tractor to be affordable to the average farmer. It was small and light enough to replace draft horses and manual labor. This display area is next to the tractors. It displays a number of farm implements as well as information on tools used from the late Stone Age to the modern era. This is a theodolite that was used for surveying farms. The deed on the left is transport deed number 3934. It's dated 1899 and declares that tall Willem Prinsloo bought part of the farm Kaalfontein for his son Little Tall Willem Prinsloo. The farmyard is wonderful for picnics and braais. It has indigenous domesticated farm animals such as Nguni and Afrikaner cattle, Colbrook pigs, painted Persian sheep, chickens, horses and ducks. A farm isn't a farm without a cute ass or two. The Ndebele Homestead showcases the architecture from 1900 to 1940 that was used by the Ndebele tribes. The walls help to keep out predators such as lions and leopards. This is an example of how candles were made by farmers. By prior arrangement, you can ask for a demonstration. See the holes drilled in the bottom of a seed in the pattern of a flower? I guess if you fart, it comes out smelling like flowers. This is an early cooler where meat was stored in. The rocks were constantly kept wet to keep the inside cool. Sometimes charcoal instead of rocks was used as outside packing. This is a small shop next to the farmhouse that sells a number of items including mampoer or moonshine. This is a bread oven that is still used by the museum. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it the thumbs up as well as share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I release new videos.